What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I picked up the camera. Really no excuse, but my best buddy just bought a house, so I've been over there every night helping him out, redoing the kitchen, the bathroom, and just stuff here and there. So that's been really cool, and I've just been helping him out as much as I can, and it doesn't leave much time for this thing. I'm up to a point now where everything I do is actually kind of like a major task. So I'm kind of almost hoping that in this video I will get to doing the coilovers and everything. Maybe not in this video. This video will probably be about the track bar, but then after that it's coilovers and this thing's on the ground on its own weight. So I have my track bar ready to go. The bungs are not welded in currently, but that's what she's gonna look like. These are, well, this is a 7/8 by 7/8 Heim, and this is 7/8 shank by 3/4 Heim. Left hand, right hand thread. Got the TMR tube adapters. These are nice, so you can put a wrench on there and get your jam nuts off. Over here, we got the hardware. Some nice stuff. Got the TMR bracket. This is probably gonna need some trimming, because I do believe this is gonna have to come up on the frame. And then an R-Tech axle side bracket, which I still need to put together, and I'm gonna need a bunch of cutting and trimming on there to slim it down a bit. So I'm gonna see what kind of stuff I can get done tonight, and yeah.
Sweet, with the disco ball above us shooting light into the galaxy. For a moment we were.
Do you ever scroll through the internet or just walk around a car show or something and you see something you really want? If you ever catch yourself in that mood or in the feeling that you want something really bad, just do one little thing. Make a plan and just do one little thing each day. It doesn't have to be big, even if it's just research. At least you're learning more about whatever it is that you want. And, you know, over time, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 30 years, you'll be a lot more knowledgeable about it. And you'll be investing yourself into something that you want, something that you find is interesting. And eventually you'll get there. It doesn't happen overnight. I started this build in January, or shortly after Christmas, so let's say 7 months now, almost, geez, we're getting on 8 months, and I am just now getting to the finishing stages of the front end. So let me be the first one to tell you that things take time.
Mumbling along.
What's going on, guys? Picking up the camera again. Well, actually I forgot my camera today. Not really sure what I'm gonna get done, but I'd like to get that track bar like set in place, maybe burned in, maybe. But yeah, so we're gonna be filming on the iPhone today. I'm gonna have to be pretty creative with the B-roll stuff. I know obviously iPhones have slow motion ability, so I'll have to see what I can do with that. A little bit of a challenge for me today. So just ran over to Tractor Supply and I finally got myself Ran over to Tractor Supply, finally got myself an oil squirter gun thing. Super nice. I've always kind of wanted one of these things, like real old school, for, you know, drill press and cutting things and stuff. So I'm actually really hyped on this stupid little guy. Threw a GenRight sticker on there, so I know it's mine. Oh, something else really exciting. Parts came in for the winch, baby. I'm debating on building my own wet blasting machine to clean like cast stuff. Well, to really clean anything, but mainly for this project. I would love to get this stuff vapor honed, vapor blasted, wet blasted, whatever you want to call it, because it's in good shape, but it's obviously corroded, all this white stuff. So I'd love to just kind of like clean all the metal up on here. But anyway, got a new cover. This stupid thing is expensive. And then I got a box from Giggle Pin 4x4. They make some real cool stuff. I got stuff everywhere now. Oh my gosh. I have pretty much everything I'm gonna need to rebuild this thing. Like, here's your brake rebuild kit. This is like all the stuff that's behind your brake here. So I got all sorts of seals and bushings and bearings. So really excited to tear into this thing, get her working again. The one thing I didn't do was get new electronics, because this stuff is in good shape. It's dirty, obviously, and I know it works. So I think just for money reasons, I'm going to leave this just for now. And then eventually I would love to go to the 9.5 XP and do the all bright solenoid off the side here and do the bars. It looks really nice, but for now, I'd rather get her operational. And yeah, so that's a little project I have to look forward to. Not really sure what I'm gonna do for content on that, because it's kind of boring just to set up a camera and watch me rebuild a winch all day. I was thinking about doing a live stream, maybe a live Q&A or something like that. I can get some people and bring them on and do a little podcast style thing maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I said I would talk about my track bar when I picked up the camera again. So here is the R-Tech bracket. This thing is meant to go on the axle tube, but I have this big old truss on here, so I had to grind it down real good. It's not fitting right. There we go. It's gonna sit something like that. And yeah, so I have it jacked up, and I have it exactly matching the drag link based on my old angle meter there, angle finder thing. Over here is the TMR bracket, which I have butchered up into many pieces. And you can see we're just gonna clear the diff cover. This is at just about full bump. And what I'm debating doing right now is actually raising the whole track bar up higher. So you can kind of see that the track bar is just below the drag link up here. And I'm thinking about raising it up to perfectly match it. The only thing with that is that I have clearance here now, but I'm debating if I want to notch my frame or not. Notching the frame, this is the only thing in the way, obviously. I have this much room over here to go up still. And I believe, yeah, I still got like another inch up here. I mean, I don't really know how close I want to get to that, but obviously I have plenty more room to go up. The only thing I'm hitting in here is the lower radiator hose with the upper link, but there's stuff I can do about that. So I'm really undecided on what I want to do. I think I am going to raise the track bar up just to match the drag link, because if this clears, the track bar is going to clear, because if anything, the frame goes up higher. So maybe that's what I'll go and work on now.
Looking for the action, causing a reaction. I just want to style like living in your moment, loving how you own it. I just want the style like nobody got style like you. Nobody got style.
Okay, I really need to apologize for the flashing lights when I'm doing my slow-mo. As I said, I'm on my phone. I'm trying to do these B-roll montages on my phone, and there's so many different like fluorescent lights and LED lights in here, and different brightnesses that they're like pulsing on the camera. And on the iPhone, I don't have too much control over the ISO and stuff like that, so my apologies. All right, so we're back on the good camera day. Got the track bar in there. I was finally able to cycle the suspension, which is really cool to see. It's gonna work. There's some things I need to change, unfortunately, but it's all right. I want it to be perfect before I get some paint on it, and then decide I want to tear it all apart then. So I'll cycle this thing down and I'll show you guys what's going on. So something I believe I did wrong was that I set my track bar at full bump, and that in theory should be fine. But I think the other thing I did wrong was I was kind of curious for a long time about how you measure for the angle of your track bar. Obviously you have to measure the drag link. And what I did was just put my angle finder on top of the drag link. I just put the angle finder right on here. But the problem is with an offset tie rod end here, this, you know, it can roll down. And so now it's a completely different angle than if it was up there. So that's where I went wrong. So I need to figure out a way to measure from the center of the two mounting points. On the track bar, it's easy because it's just a bolt through the heim and it's a straight bar. So I need to get a little... So I just got to figure something out for that and then move the track bar. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's so annoying to cut tack welds off of the axle, but it is what it is. But otherwise, not too bad. The other thing we're gonna have to look at is drive shaft clearance on the upper link bracket in there. It's real dark, sorry. But as the axle travels down, just the natural arc of the track bar and stuff wants to pull it over, pulls the whole axle over about an inch. And when it moves over an inch, it actually goes underneath the upper link bracket, which is fine, but I need to watch that it doesn't contact anything on the way back up. So I'm gonna try and dial in the track bar a little bit better, and then I want to cycle it again, and we'll probably pull off that link bracket and trim some more material off of it, just to be safe. So the more I check this thing, the more I realize that I'm right there. It's not like I'm inches or even half inches out. My lengths are exactly the same at 34 3/4, and I draped a string between the two mounting points, and on this angle finder you can set like this little thing here, and I was right there, you know. I'm within 2 degrees max. So I don't know, it's just weird as this thing drops down how much the angles between these guys change. So I guess I'll drop this thing down so I can show you guys what everything looks like. And then I'm also going to head over to the drive shaft side and mark some stuff that I can cut off. So here's the axle at a little bit of a flex. I believe that side's gonna be all the way down, and this side is not all the way up yet. We got some more room to go up. Obviously that upper link can get way tucked up in the frame, so it's got a lot more room to go up. Let me see if I can get that drive shaft shot for you. The camera wants to brighten up a little bit. Yeah, that should work. You can see right there I'm getting contact. And so I made those marks with the white marker. I'm just going to chop the corner off of that, and that should give me enough room to kind of go up and away from that, because the axle does move in an arc. So this only happens when it's at this angle of flex. If the axle is going perfectly up and down, it doesn't happen. So cool. Alright, so I've chopped a good amount out now. I decided that this is the hole I'm using, according to my geometry that I calculated, and if anything, I'm only going to push it up to help clearance. So that's where I'm going to leave it. If this clears, I'd like to do some sort of gusset or something, maybe over the top, so I can clear something, just because I don't want this bending out over time. So I'm just going to test fit that on there, and then if I know that works, I can see what I can do to strengthen that up. Alright, so I just put the axle at just about full bump over here. It's probably got some more up in it. Nah, actually, you know what? Maybe not, actually. It probably might even be further up than it's going to be. But it looks like my trim. Let the camera adjust. Where am I aiming here? There we go. See if I can get this a better angle. It's really hard to get that on the camera. I can't even see the screen of the camera now, so there's some room in there now. I'm really not gonna know if that's gonna work or not until I get this thing up on like an RTI ramp or something. So, whew. That being said though, I think I'm gonna tack some of this stuff up a little bit better. Just want to take a second to say thank you guys and everybody that watches these videos and messages me. A bunch of people have actually reached out to me and asked me questions, and they say they watch the videos, and I really appreciate that, because trying to do all this work and then you have to remember to pick up the camera and stuff, it's not easy. Like all those daily vloggers and stuff that work on cars, I mean, from me, it's really impressive stuff. And then to go home at night and have to sit down at the computer and edit it is a whole nother thing. So thank you guys so much for watching these videos and reaching out to me. I really do appreciate it. It makes it a little bit easier when I go, oh crap, I should film this. So thank you.
It's not